everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I am so glad you are joining me today for another tutorial. And today I thought we all needed something super bright and cheerful, so I created for you this adorable granny square sweater that have the color of happiness and sunshine and hopefulness, and that is what we all need today. So for this, you only need to know how to do single crochet, double crochet, chain, and that is it, I think. Yeah, anything, and then just counting and following me step by step, slowly but surely, as usual. Yeah, so for this tutorial, what you would need is some Comfort DK yarn. That's the white one. I have the Berroco one. I will put all the information about everything I use in the info box down below. It is not an expensive yarn at all. And then for the middle one, I had the Lana, which is beautiful, the Lancaster yarn, which is a little more expensive, but you could use any colorful yarn of your choice. I chose a different texture and a slightly heftier yarn, a slightly thicker yarn, just because I like the difference between the textures. It gives it some interest, but except for that, it's super easy. You see the color, I'm wearing it right now. The color is just basically a boat color, so it's just one square for the front, one square for the back, two rectangles for the sleeves if you want. I actually did crocheted my sleeves in the round and made it boho kind of larger at the end, but of course you do you. If you are not subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? I have more than 200 and something tutorials on my YouTube channel. That would be perfect if you are stuck home like me. Now is the time to take on crochet. And yeah, we have dresses and bathing suits and sweaters, and what do not we have? Handbags. If there is something missing on my channel, don't hesitate to comment in the comment box down below, and I will oblige and create one for you. Don't hesitate to let me know what you want me to create next time as well. Come and visit me on my social media right here. And yes, and I hope you're all staying healthy. And let's forget about reality for a little while. Oh, I forgot to mention, somebody will be able, of course, to win this the material to create this beautiful sweater. To participate, just be subscribed to my channel and comment down below, and that is it. And then in one of my next tutorials, I will tell you who is the winner. This is the winner for last giveaway. By the way, congratulations to you. Send me your physical address to this email that I'm putting down below. And voila. If you are interested in creating this beautiful granny sweater, then keep on watching, and in the meantime, happy crochet, stay healthy, and I will see you next time. Bye. For this tutorial, you will need 3 skeins of the yarn Comfort from Berroco. The color I have is 9702. 1 skein of Lana Gatto Lancaster. I will put the color number right here. And then you will need a 4mm crochet hook, scissors, and a tapestry needle. Alright, we are beginning our sweater with the middle motif, which is a beautiful kind of rosette motif. You're making a magic circle, and you're going to chain 1. And inside your magic circle, you're going to make 16 single crochets in total. Pull on your end yarn to close your magic circle, and then you're going to slip stitch on top of the first single crochet you had made. Chain 3, which will count as your first double crochet, and you're going to create little petals. In the same stitch, you're going to make a double crochet. Then you're going to chain 2 and you're going to skip a stitch. The next 7 petals will be a little different. So you will yarn over and then go to the next stitch, yarn over and back. You will have 3 loops on your crochet hook, yarn over through 2 loops. That is an unfinished double crochet. You have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over. At the base of the same stitch, yarn over and pass your crochet hook through that same stitch, yarn over and back. You have 4 loops on your hook and you're going to do yarn over through 2 loops. You will have 3 loops left on your crochet hook, yarn over through all the loops on your hook. And just like that, you created a beautiful little petal. We need 8 petals in total, so you have 6 more to make. You're going to chain 2, skip a stitch and repeat those steps all around until you have 8 petals in total, and I will meet you at the end of your second round. When you are done with your last petal, chain 2 and slip stitch on top of the first petal you had made at the beginning of your second round. And for round 3, slip stitch in the first chain 2 from the previous round and chain 3. That will count as your first double crochet. Then make 4 more double crochet in that chain 2 space. So with the first chain 3, you will have 5 double crochets. And then you're going to chain 2 and go to the next chain 2 space from the previous round and make 5 double crochets around that chain 2 from the previous round. And then you're going to chain 2 again and you're going to repeat this 6 more times. And I will meet you at the end of your third round. And this is what your work will look like. Super cute, loving the colors. And you're round with a chain 2 and slip stitch at the top of the first chain 3 you had made. And you're done with your third round. Let's tackle the fourth one. For the fourth round, we are going to chain 3. That will count as your first double crochet, and we're going to make a double crochet on top of each double crochet from the previous round. So counting to chain 3 again, you will have 5 double crochets. There you go, you have 5 double crochets. Now you're going to chain 5. And then you're going to go to the next double crochets from the previous round, skipping the chain 2, and make a double crochet on top of each of the double crochets from the previous round. And that is what you're going to do all around that fourth round. I will meet you at the end of your fourth round. I love this yarn, by the way. The little speckles of color in it, the change of color from lime to orange. It is so cheerful, and we really, really need this right now. All right, I will meet you at the end of your fourth round. At the end of your 4th round, chain 5, that's how you're going to end it, and slip stitch, you know it, on top of the chain 3 from the beginning of your 4th round. And let's tackle the 5th one, where we're going to close that beautiful big petal we're creating. We created 8 small petals at the 2nd round. Now we're creating the big petals. All right, so chain 3. And then what you're going to do is, you remember we did those double crochet omitting the last step? You're going to do that 4 times on top of each of the DCs, the double crochets from the previous round. So right now, for this first petal, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loops on your hook. Yarn over through all those loops on your hook. Then you're going to chain 5 again, and you're going to single crochet around that chain 5 from the previous round. Chain 5 again. And then we're going to tackle the next petal. So again, doing 5 double crochets on top of the 5 double crochets from the previous round, but omitting the last step for each double crochets. So for this petal, you will end up with 6 loops on your crochet hook, and you yarn over through all those loops. See how we're creating those petals? Beautiful! And that is what you're going to repeat all around this 5th round. So chain 5 and then single crochet around the chain 5 from the previous round, chain 5 again, and then create your petal. And I will meet you at the end of this 5th round. Alright, so now you're going to end your 5th round with a chain 3, not a chain 5, and you're going to make a half double crochet on top of the first petal you created. And that is how you end your 5th round. Alright, so now we are on your round 6, and you're going to chain 7. And then you're going to go to the first chain 5 from the previous round, and you're going to single crochet around it. And that is what you're going to do all around that 6th round. Chain 7, single crochet around the chain 5, and I will meet you at the end of your 6th round. And look how pretty it is getting. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, so you are at the end of your 6th round. To end that 6th round, you're going to chain 7 and then slip stitch at the top of the first half double crochet you had made at the beginning of your round. And now we're going to tackle the 7th round. All right, so for round 7, slip stitch into the chain 7 from the previous round and chain 3. This will count as your first double crochet. And then in that chain 7, around that chain 7, make 10 double crochets. So with the chain 3 counting as your first double crochet, you will have 11 double crochets in that chain 7 from the previous round. Here you go. Then you're going to chain 2. You're going to skip a chain 7, and in the next chain 7 you're going to make 11 double crochets. And this is what you're going to do all around. So chain 2, skip 1 chain 7, and then in the next make 11 double crochets until the end of your round. I will meet you at the end of your 7th round. At the end of your 7th round, you're going to chain 2 and then slip stitch at the top of the first chain 3 you had created. And now for our 8th round. Look how pretty your work looks, by the way. This yarn is so beautiful. It reminds me of a fire. And it just makes me happy. All the colors are so cheerful. And this rosette is beautiful. Alright, so now for the 8th round, you chain 3. It counts as your first double crochet. In the next stitch, make a double crochet omitting the last step. And same in the next stitch. Another double crochet omitting the last step. And you're going to have 3 loops. Yarn over all the loops on your crochet hook. Then you're going to chain 3. And for the next petal, you're going to do a double crochet omitting the last step, but at the base of your last double crochet. Right there. So do a double crochet omitting the last step. Then go to the next stitch. Another double crochet omitting the last step. And in the next, again, another double crochet omitting the last step. You have 4 loops on your crochet hook. Yarn over through all the loops. That's your second little petal created. Chain 3 again, and you're going to repeat until you have 5 little petals separated by chain 3. Alright, the last double crochet from the last petal should be on top of the last double crochet from the previous round. You should have 5 petals separated by chain 3. Now what you're going to do is chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and you're going to go underneath the chain 7 from 2 rounds below, and you're going to make a single crochet around those 2 chains, and then you're going to chain 3. And you're going to continue and repeat, making 5 petals separated by a chain 3. Making 3 DC double crochets, omitting the last part, chain 3. And at the base of the last one, you make your first double crochet, omitting the last part, etc., etc. And I will meet you at the end of this 8th round. And you will end this round by making a chain 3, single crochet underneath the chain 5 from the 6th round, and then chain 3, and then you're going to slip stitch at the top of the first petal you had created at the beginning of your round. Here we go. And for the next round, you're going to slip stitch in the first chain 3 to begin your round. Then you're going to chain 4. Go to the next chain 3 from the previous round and single crochet. Repeat. Chain 4, single crochet. You should have 5 chain 4 single crochet. Alright, this is your 5th one. Chain 4, single crochet in the chain 3 from the previous round. And then you're going to chain 1, 2, and you're going to go to the next chain and single crochet. So you have 5 chains of 4 and 1 chain of 2. And you're going to repeat that all around. So 3 more times really, making 5 chain 4 loops and then 1 chain 2 loop. Alright, and I will meet you at the end of your round. Finish your round by making 1 chain 4, and slip stitching it in the first stitch from the previous round. Now you're going to chain 5, single crochet in the next chain 4 from the previous round, and another chain 5. You're going to make 4 loops of chain 5s. single crochet in the chain 4 from the previous round. Then when you have 4 loops of chain 5, you're going to chain 3, skip the chain 2 loop from the previous round, go to the next chain 4 loop from the previous round, chain 5, single crochet, chain 5, single crochet, twice more, chain 5, single crochet, and chain 5, single crochet. And then you're going to chain 5, but you're going to skip the chain 2 from the previous round again. So you're going to have 4 loops of chain 5 and 1 loop of chain 2 all around. And at the end of this round, we are done with our rosette. And now we have a round, beautiful rosette that we're going to turn into a square so we can build our sweater around it. So make another rosette just like that for the other side of your sweater, one for the front, one for the back, and I will meet you once you have 2 rosettes and we will create the rest of the sweater together. But this is it for this time. I will meet you next time for the part 2 of the tutorial with the rest of the sweater. In the meantime, happy crochet. Bye. I don't know what I have right now, but I am so hot. And then 5 minutes from now, I will be super, super cold. Nothing to do with the COVID-19, just my age.